Welcome to lesson 3. In lesson 2, we had a look at our YOLO Python script. It was just a standard Python script, no ROS involved. And it was pretty cool, but we agreed that except for a quick demo for a friend, that Python script is really not very useful. If we want to use it in robotics, we need to first convert it into a ROS node. And we're going to do that in the next lesson. But in this lesson, I want to give you a gentle introduction to publishers, subscribers, topics, nodes, and in general, the ROS graph. Again, this is a beginner's, or at least a course for people that are not very expert in ROS. So it's worth reviewing this. But when you go to the official documentation for ROS, this is for Foxy, but it's the same for Humble, for all of them. They tell you that in ROS, the ROS graph has some components like nodes, and some nodes are publishers, some nodes are subscribers, and they can communicate through topics. And you can have multiple nodes, one publishing and multiple subscribing, or multiple publishing and multiple subscribing, and that's accurate. That's very accurate, except that as a beginner you are left wondering, cool, how do I make one of these, or what are they really? Right? So we are going to explain nodes, publishers, subscribers, and topics by actually exploring some real nodes with some real data. And at the same time, I'm going to introduce rosbags and how they can use to show data or store data and then replay it. So let's jump straight in. So here, I'm going to start by running our Docker. And if I check, you should know how to do this from the previous lessons. So by default, we go to the ROS2 workspace. I'm going to leave this window here alone for now. But in this one, so I'm going to just attach to the Docker. It's already running. I just need to attach. But I'm going to go one level back. I'm going to show you the content. And here, if you remember, in step 1, you downloaded and unzipped this file. And inside of this zip, there was this file here, which is a rosbag. So if I show you what's in it, it's actually a database, right? Is a SQLite is a database. So a rosbag is just a database that we can use to record data from a real robot, and then we can replay it, like in this course, because most of you guys don't have a real robot, but we need real data. So we're going to replay the data from this database, but this data comes from a real robot. So how do we do that? First, something I need to mention, when you first run the Docker, it will automatically source the ROS2 Humble workspace for you, but every new terminal that you open and you attach to the image to won't have that for you by default. So you need to source it. Otherwise, like, look, if I do ROS2, it complains. So we need to source it in any subsequent window. So we're going to do source ROS. It's always in the same location. That's where ROS is installed, and then set up the bash. Okay, now if I do ROS2, the system recognizes. So we're gonna do ROS2 bag play, and then I'm gonna play that bag. And actually, before I do that, I'm gonna here attach to another terminal. I'm gonna do the same ROS opt source opt ROS humble bash, and I'm gonna open a little tool, ROS to run qt graph, that will let us see those nodes and things. The things that we are they show us here, but that as beginners we're like, yeah, cool, but what are those actually? So we can actually see a real nodes and topics and stuff here. I'm gonna select nodes topics active, and for now there's nothing, which makes sense because we haven't run our anything yet. So now I'm gonna play the back, and it says that is open and is publishing stuff, right? So now if I refresh this, we have one node. Okay, one of these things. It's a node. It's a rosbag player. Cool, we have a node, but no one's really listening to anything this guy's publishing. But if we go here for a moment, if I do something like I need to go the same attach, and then source ROS humble setup bash. If I go here in the ROS2 topic list, there are a lot of topics published. This bag contains a lot of data: ultrasound, camera, odometry, LiDAR, a lot of stuff. But wait, don't worry too much. This is a computer vision only course, but there's a lot of data there. So we need to create another node that can listen to some of that data. So we're gonna launch RViz, which is a tool that we use to visualize data. ROS2 run RViz2, RViz2. And we're gonna load a configuration. Otherwise, we'll have to manually, I mean, we could manually add all of the visuals, but that's out of the scope of this class. So I'm gonna go here and wait, where is it? It's here. I'm lost. Give me a moment. Oh, there you go, here. Workspace. And then here, if we go to the package, we go to RViz, and if we click on this, you see we are looking at the data, right? This is LiDAR. This is what we care about in this course, the camera frame, but everything else is there. Let me just fix this because we want to see our little robot. So I need to go to, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Again, my bad, this one. So we can see our robot there. Okay, anyway, now go back to this tool, and if I refresh, now you see we have more nodes, okay? Let me make this bigger. So here we still have the ROS bag player, but now we have this transform listener that is looking for TF. For some reason, I think we're not gonna be able to see RViz. But anyway, so by launching RViz, we were able to have this transform listener because RViz needs it, and that forces the graph to update and show many of the topics. So these guys here are topics, or if we go back, it's those squares here, right? Those are the topics. So if we go back to the RQT graph, we have odometry, we have point clouds, we have other kinds of point clouds or laser scans. But here, this is what we care about. We have image rectified color, okay? And yeah, with the fact that we're seeing this is because RViz is running, right? So this is what we are looking at here, image rectified color. So topics are data, right? Are data or a means for communicating data between nodes. So this guy is a publisher. This guy is playing back the data from a robot and publishing it to different topics. A camera topic, laser scan topic, something for point clouds, for odometry. And then other nodes are listening to it. Okay, so hopefully now this graph makes a little bit more sense. So we have nodes and we have topics, and some nodes publish data like the rosbag player, and some nodes listen to data, and there should be like an RViz here that is listening, but I don't know, it's not showing, but it's fine. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to show you, but there's something else. We are going to ROSify the YOLO node, right? So let me just launch, because the rosbag stopped playing. Oh, I'm gonna do that later. So we are going to rosify the YOLO node. In fact, I already did, and we're gonna look at the code in the next class. But what I want to do now is to run it. So I'm gonna source the workspace. This is not sourcing the ROS system. This is sourcing our workspace so that ROS can find our code. Okay, so now I can do ROS2 run RSE object detection. That's the name of our package, and we're gonna look at more in more detail in the next lesson. And then I have a YOLO detector node 1, which is the first version. We'll have 3 versions, but the most basic one will subscribe to the camera data and will just show a window. We'll open an OpenCV window to show the detections. Okay, so let me start playing the data again because the playback already finished. So data is playing again. And I'm gonna run the detector. This is a ROS version of what I showed you last time, but instead of opening an MP4, now it's subscribing to the camera data coming from the bag. Okay, so let me run it. I'm gonna open RViz here, and then the YOLO node is launching. And there it is. So you see this same data that RViz is subscribed to from the rosbag playback, we are seeing it here as well, and doing the object detection. So this node that is running here, I apologize that it's running a little bit slow in this machine, but this YOLO node is subscribing to this same data, doing the detection, and just showing us a window. I would probably need to close a few things to make it run faster. But what I want to show you here is that if I update this graph, now you see here's the YOLO detector node, okay, which is the one that is running from this terminal that I just launched. Now it's here. The node is here, is a subscriber, and it's subscribing to the camera data that is being published by the player. And then it's doing the YOLO detection, and it's showing the detection here. Now it's running quite slow. My virtual machine is quite slow, so I'm gonna close things. I think you got the point by now. So I'm gonna close a few things. I'm gonna close RViz. Where is RViz? Let me close it here. Is this RViz? Yeah. Okay, and it's hopefully gonna be running a little bit faster, just slightly faster. Okay, my virtual machine doesn't have a GPU and is quite slow, but I think you get the point. So today, in this lesson, we just introduced the concept of nodes and topics, publishers, subscribers, with real data, and I also introduced the rosbag player for you, and what a rosbag is, which is just a database for storing robotic data, and then you can play it back. And you see we can subscribe to that data and do the object detection from a ROS to a YOLO node. In the next lesson, we're going to look at the code and understand how everything happens. Today, I just wanted to introduce the whole thing to you. So see you in the next lesson.